If you are learning from your own personal mistakes, you'll never grow.
After school, you go and look for a government job. No, try to be what? Innovative. Try to be creative. If you fix your mind on something, it will be very hard for you to change it. It will be very hard for you to learn maths. English is very hard for you to speak. So that's one thing about the mind.
To search for knowledge different from what they have from school.
I am a Techie noob. I am a Techie. I am a Techie noob. I am Techie noob. I am a Techie noob.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Peter. Today we are in one of our schools, together with the students having a great day, learning on internet entrepreneurship, how to be young entrepreneurs, how to build your own business. How many of you know what entrepreneurship is? Okay, most of you is the first time you hearing entrepreneurship, right? The name of our organization is Techie. Techie is a non-for-profit organization that is based in America. You manage your business for what? For profits. You learn before you do your what? Your business. So you need to start a business is what? Idea. Don't poison your mind. Okay, the first thing I need is money. Yes, you need money to start a business, but if you have the idea on ground, you know where to put your money. Are you with me? If you are doing business, one thing you do, you take your businesses online. How many of you know Facebook? Facebook is also a social media where you interact with people online. So you can be able to post what you are doing online. So there are computer accept inputs using the what? The keyboard. Then how does it process it? That's what we call central processing unit. Can I say it together? Central processing unit. And you don't need huge amount of money to start. That means you don't need to bring out your business model, strategize your business, bring out the business plan. Do you know a business plan? When I talk about business plan, that's how a business plan contains the way your business will work, how you run your business, how you market your business, how you make profits, how you gain customers. It all contains on your business plan. Who is your business partner? After school, you go and look for a government job. No, try to be what? Innovative. Try to be creative. What is the first thing you need to start a business? Okay?
Capital.
Capital. Whenever you go to your parents and say, okay, daddy, I want to start a business, what will your daddy ask you? What business do you want to do? Right? After you tell him, you ask you, okay, how can you do this business? Right? How are you going to make profits? That's what you ask you, right? He will not just give you money just because of you want to do business. So the first thing you need to start a business is what? Idea. Instead of you to go out and be selling things, you can be able to post things online and somebody can be able to order it. If you fix your mind on something, it will be very hard for you to change it. Maths is very hard. It will be very hard for you to learn maths. English is very hard for you to speak. So that's one thing about the mind. That's how the action that you'll be taking. Can you tell me what you learned today from Techie to your entrepreneurs training?
I learned that an entrepreneur is someone who makes a business for himself.
Yes, I learned about mindset of entrepreneur.
Okay.
I learned who is entrepreneur.
But now as innovation is taking place, we have all these smartphones, we have all these touch screen phones and everything, right? Let's take our banks for example. The first time we have banks, you have to go to the bank to withdraw money, you have to go to the bank to deposit money. But now as innovation is taking place, we have what we call ATM machine, right? To use your ATM card and go outside the bank and withdraw money, right? Entrepreneurs sat down and see that, okay, instead of people to go to the bank and be following the queue, following line on all this removing money from the ATM, why don't we build something like the POS now that we are using? Right? People can come with their ATM card and withdraw money, right?
My name is Saad Awad Saad. I am ambassador for Techie. So I'm here today in your school to teach you internet entrepreneurship and business leadership. Can you tell me what you learned from this program?
I learned how to open the business.
Now, do you want to start a business after participating in this program?
Yes.
Why do you want to start a business?
Money.
Money. So you want money?
I learned how to open the business.
Who don't want to be a billionaire? Yeah, I just changed the question upside down. Okay, when we talk about mindset, how you think, we are using WhatsApp, right? So why is he buying these companies? Big companies are trying to swallow the small companies. With the help of the technology, entrepreneurship is improving. So in IDE, it's a business you start with spending a lot of money without profits. But when you start making profits, then you can become a millionaire in a very short time. Because you can't predict how many people.
I learned that if you want to start a business, you have to start with the little thing you have.
I learned that without technology, we cannot do almost everything.
I learned that whenever you want to start a business, start it with the little profit you have. I learned that anything that you have, you need to manage to start a business.
The innovation is just like, MTN companies, right? You recharge your line, you make calls, right? Just imagine how many people are recharging their line in 1 minute. The SME is a business that you can start with small amount of money and you start making profit immediately. How many of you used to sell like pencil in a class? Let me not give you business ideas. So can we go to the number 2, IDE? Innovation driven entrepreneurship. Is a business that you can start with big money. So can you tell us what you learned from this program?
I learned how to do business.
So can you tell me what you learned from this program?
I learned about entrepreneurship.
I learned about entrepreneurship.
I learned about entrepreneurship.
My name is Yusuf Mbello. As you know me, I am a teacher in Al Burhan. I attended the Techie youth program and it was actually a very brighter one. In a school like this, we always want programs like this because it's going to help our students as an enlightenment and it's also going to improve their enthusiasm to search for knowledge different from what they have from school. And this one is still making them to feel like they are now better.
So are you ready to learn? How many of you have a business? You don't do all this business? Oh, you have business? You like to tell me about your business? So can you tell me what you learned from this program?
I learned entrepreneur is the process of creating, starting, and building your business.
I learned entrepreneurship is the art of processing and creating a business.
I learned start of business.
I learned of how to start a business.
What did you learn from this program?
I learned entrepreneurship. I learned business.
Without having idea or knowledge about how the business works, right? So you find out that many people will fail, right? But those people that takes their time, they study the business, they make research, they understand the business before starting the business, you'll find out that they will succeed in the business. So this is the difference between the calculated risk and the risk taking.
I learned that entrepreneurship is the process of creating or starting a business with a little amount of money.
I learned about entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the process of creating, building, and managing up a business.
I learned that an entrepreneur should take calculated risks before starting a business.
All right. What is entrepreneurship? Building and managing a business. Let's clap for ourselves. We tried. If you are learning from your own personal mistakes, you'll never grow. Because you have to make mistake and look at the mistake you make. But if you learn from others people's mistakes, so you can prevent yourself from making those mistakes. One day or full day, there's people that are selling food on street. You see people will buy their food and they are making profit, right? So all these are small business that you can start with small money and you start making profit immediately. So this is how this cash flow works. You see this is what we call cash flow. This arrow that you see it bends is the cash flow. How you are making money. And this down that you see I make some box is the costs, the money you are spending before you start. So can you tell us what you learned from this program?
I learned a business.
Okay, you learn about business. Okay.
Hi guys. Thank you very much for viewing our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, Bye.